Hello guys, good lovely morning, welcome back to my channel. Today I've got something special for you. I thought I would do a video about some British slang expressions, phrases and idioms. That's why I feel we should do the British wave. So today I'm going to give you a list of some great phrases and I'm going to make sure that you really understand them so that you can use them in your daily life as well. Now, before we get started, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Please hit the bell icon so you are alerted when I upload another useful clip next time. English learners and English native speakers use different vocabulary because they learn different vocabulary. I think I've just reinvented the wheel. In classrooms, English learners are usually learning more formal textbook English, but native speakers are learning the casual, conversational speech that you normally find in films and TV series. So let's see if you know these native phrases. Okay, let's start with the first expression today. It is, I don't like it. Now, this is perfectly fine to use in a conversation, but if you want to sound much more natural and expressive, you can say, it's not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea. If something is not your cup of tea, you do not like it, or you are not interested in it. In a conversation, you can say something like this. Some people like playing football, but it's not my cup of tea. Or, did you listen to the CD I gave you? Yes, I listened to it twice, but it's not really my cup of tea. You can also say, I really like swimming, it's my cup of tea. Say after me, it's not my cup of tea. Now another one today, and the word umbrella. A non-native might use the word umbrella, but a more interesting native way of saying this, at least in Great Britain, is brolly. Brolly. So you can say, grab your brolly, it's drizzling outside. Or, I'm taking a big brolly just in case it rains. Say after me, brolly. Next one today. An English learner might say something like this. I am very pleased, which means I am overjoyed, full of pride. This is the perfect phrase to use when describing a great deal of pleasure about something or displaying immense pride in one's own efforts. But a more native and conversational way to say this is I am chuffed to bits. I am chuffed to bits. So you will hear it often in context like this. I heard you got a promotion. Congratulations, you must be chuffed. Or, after touching down, everybody on the aeroplane was chuffed to bits. Repeat after me, I was chuffed. Next one today. Non-native speakers might say that they are tired or exhausted, but a more interesting native way of saying it is I am knackered. I am knackered. So extremely tired or worn out. Repeat after me, I am knackered. So, as an example, you can say, after the training, she was too knackered to join them for dinner. Or, I am absolutely knackered after finishing this project. Now, this next one is really interesting. It isn't just confusing for non-native English speakers. In American English, to be pissed, it means to be extremely angry about something. But in British English, the phrase is used to describe the feeling of having had a few too many lagers down the pub and consequently having a struggle to walk in a straight line. So you will hear it often used with alcohol in context like this. Oh, leave him alone, he is pissed. Or, I can't imagine why, but after 1 pint he looks a little pissed. Now another one on my list today is the word shocked. Now it is perfectly fine to use it in a conversation and say I was shocked, but if you want to sound much more natural and expressive, you can say I was gobsmacked. I was gobsmacked. It means astounded, bewildered, shocked. gob is a slang word for mouth. So if you are gobsmacked, you are shocked to the point of clasping your jaw in disbelief. So, as an example, I might be in a room with a friend of mine and he says, "Wow, I was completely gobsmacked when he won the award." Or, "I remember seeing this film a few years ago and I was properly gobsmacked." Say after me, "I was gobsmacked." Everyone knows that Brits love tea, but nothing can prepare you for the ferocity of their addiction to the drink. Tea is more than a beverage, it's a way of life. A non-native English learner might say, "Would you like some tea?" But if the British person is around, it won't take long until you are posed the question, "Fancy a cuppa?" Fancy a cuppa? It's a more native and conversational way to say, "Would you like a cup of tea?" Say after me, "Fancy a cuppa?" Okay, the next phrase today. An English learner might say something like, "Give me a call." It is the perfect phrase to use when you ring someone, but the British English native speaker is more likely to say, "Give me a tinkle." Give me a tinkle. In context, you can say, "Give me a tinkle after the film and we can meet somewhere for a cuppa." Or, "Give me a tinkle when you have some time." Say after me, "Give me a tinkle." Right, the last but one today, and the phrase 2 weeks. Now, this is perfectly fine to use in a conversation and will be understood everywhere in the world, but a British term more commonly used by virtually everyone in the UK is a fortnight. A fortnight. Basically, it means a group of 2 weeks. For example, I'm going for a fortnight to Egypt for my summer holiday. Say after me, "a fortnight." Right, the last but not least today, and the word friend. This is the perfect word to use when describing someone you are close to. But the British word mate suggests a more nuanced relationship shaped by trust, loyalty, and lots of laughs. A true mate will share a pint with you down the pub, help you with floods, and tell you if your bum's too big for that pair of jeans. Yep, Brits are more likely to describe friends as mates, because the word friend seems a bit tacky. So instead of saying, "He is my friend," say, "He is my mate," or "I called my mate to come and help me." Say after me, "mate." Alright guys, so that was my list of 10 words and their British English equivalents. Let's sum them up again. If you didn't know some of these, it's because most English lessons don't teach spoken English. They don't teach the way native speakers really speak. And this is why many learners often struggle to understand the casual vocabulary and the fast speech and accents of natives in films and conversations. I hope you enjoyed this meeting. I just wanted to share a few of these, and if you like, I can make some more. So do let me know, post a comment down below the video and let me know which of these you didn't know and which of these you enjoyed the most. Don't forget to see my other clips and I will see you soon for another English meeting. Cheers!